What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. This is your boy Gem Mint. You're here with Gem Mint Collectibles. And this is the In-Stock Trades comment call for Friday, November 10th. Got some goodies here for you. First of all, this is the first time Sideshow's ever included a Spotlight comic for me. I guess it shows you previews. I think I used to pick these up for free at my local shop when I used to pick up single issues. But looks like there's a new Punisher, Daredevil book. I'll have to take a look at that later. The comic call that I'm gonna go over today, it's missing one book. So let me break it down for you real quick. If you buy books from InStockTrades.com, they're already anywhere between like 42 to 50% off, I believe. And if you place an order, automatically your next order is 2% off. And if you place an order over $50, shipping is free. So someone like me who buys multiple books every month, I buy one book by itself, that's $50, free shipping, and then everything else on my second order is an additional 2% off. So that being said, the first book that I ordered, which was the Batman and Robin Omnibus, that didn't get here yet. The first book is a trade paperback. It's Edge of the Venomverse. I'm a huge Venom, Spider-Man, symbiote fan. I think I read an issue or two of this in floppies, and now I got the trade. It's basically the road to Venomverse. Edge of the Venomverse is kind of what they did with Edge of the Spider-Verse when they introduced Spider-Gwen, and then they had the Spider-Verse storyline. So this is Edge of the Venomverse. It is Edge of the Venomverse 1 through 5 and Venomverse War Stories number 1. So that should be good. You got a symbiote version of X-23, all new Wolverine. What's her name? Laura something. Some dope art, dope cover work. So that's that. The next book is the Abe Sapien hardcover by Mike Mignola. This is volume 1, Dark and Terrible. So I recently read all of the Hellboy library editions, and I loved them. I didn't read BPRD yet, but Abe Sapien is a character from the BPRD. If you've seen the movie, he's like that fish guy, but he's cool. So I was gonna hold off on this. I thought it was solicited as a trade paperback, but it's a hardcover. So maybe you want to get it. It'll go with the BPRD books. I would like to read it. It looks, looks pretty good, expanding on that whole Mignola verse. So let's take a look at this bad boy. I didn't really want to slide off. So watching the first Hellboy movie, I would think that he would be more involved with the BPRD in his own run, right? Like, it always flashed back to their headquarters. Oh, look at the binding on this. That's terrible. It doesn't even fall down. Like, that the movie, it felt like there was a lot of debriefing going on, meeting up with the freaking other people, but in the Hellboy library editions, that's like the first issue. Then, like, random issues here or there, Abe Sapien is tagging along with him. So it's not really like a team book like I thought it was going to be. But here's like some artwork from what looks like the second issue and some of the interior. I got this new light going on, so it's hard to see. There you go. Mike Mignola probably didn't do as much of this art as I thought. It doesn't really look like his artwork. I could be wrong, but he probably wrote it. There's a lot of other names on the front. Scott Alley, John Acuti, Max Fumara, Sebastian Fumara, Dave Stewart. So I bet you those guys are the artists, and Mike probably wrote this. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, actually, so Mignola didn't do any of the art, but he did all the story. It's good enough for me. It's his universe, you know what I mean? We're just living in it. Alright, anyway. So this is volume 1. I don't know how many volumes there are going to be, but I'm down for the ride. Next book, 90s Goodness. I think I've talked about this book in like 3 other videos. It got delayed a few times. This is the Batman Nightfall Omnibus Volume 2. There's going to be one more, and that'll complete it. Now, they do have 3 good-sized trade paperbacks that I was tempted to buy, but the first volume of this was solicited, so I actually, showed some restraint and held off to get the Omni, so I didn't double dip. That being said, I have not read Volume 1 yet. I'm not going to read this, obviously. I figured I'll start a run, or a read-through, I should say, when I get Volume 3. So, dust jacket's off. It looks like it's the same artwork on the actual book. You got that crazy suit Batman. Is it Ariel? I don't know. Azrael, I mean. I'm not really familiar with Batman stuff. I've read a majority of my Batman Absolutes, but not much of 90s Batman. Nightfall is known for the Bane stuff and breaking the Bat, which the Dark Knight Rises borrowed, probably loosely from these comics. So we're going to stretch that spine. I love copper art. You got to love this version of Selina Kyle. I guess they called her the modern Catwoman, although that's not really modern anymore. You got to love that version. Ooh. Crack, boom, snap. That's why you got to stretch that spine. See? I went against my better judgment. Doesn't look like anything happened to it. So, Batman Nightfall. These are some big omnibus, man. Let me find some good art here for you guys. Something that stands out. It's all good stuff, but here's something, very Copper Age, which is my shit. So, there you have it. Batman Nightfall Omnibus Volume 2 is called Night Quest. Volume 1 is called... I don't know if it's called anything. I can't really see from here. But that's that. The next book was a book that was also delayed, Paper Girls. I'm not familiar with this book, and I passed on it, but it's an Image hardcover. It's got a lot of hype from the Omnibus group. Well, that's good enough for me, So, figured I'd check it out. Now, this book is similar in size, I guess, to like Outcast and Nail Biter. I don't know anything about this, but I hear it's a good run. Looks like a pretty quick read. It kind of reminds me of that Black Mass series, We Can't Go Home. I read that. It's a pretty good book. It's kind of like that vibe, it looks like. Like this kind of pastel art. So Paper Girls Book 1, screw it. Scooped it up. What are you going to do? It's $34 retail. Probably got it for, 25% off. The last book in this haul is similar to Paper Girls, man. It's a big-ass book. This is Low. It's also an Image book, but it's a bigger book. It's kind of like a Goon library edition size, or like a Fear Agent. It's like a Dark Horse size. I don't know why this is so big. It's like a Deadly Class or Black Science size. So, I think I saw somebody else do a review or a haul with this book, and seeing the size of it and the artwork, I figured, what the hell? Add it to the list. I mean, you can't really go wrong with in-stock trades prices, man. I mean, you're talking about like 50% off of the cover price. What the hell? So, Remender is a writer on this. Remender, he did one of my favorite Marvel runs with Uncanny X-Force. Didn't he? Yeah. So when I first got back into comics, what was it? It had to be 2010 or 12, around the time, right when they were ending Amazing Spider-Man. I think I got back into it around like issue 650 or something like that. And I think actually the issue that I remember picking up first was the death of Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. I picked up that book and like eight issues, and I got caught up with Spider-Man, and then it led into Spider Island and the Superior Spider-Man. That's when I got back into it. And Remender was writing a lot of stuff that I liked back then. I think he was doing the Venom book at the time. With the first Flash Thompson Venom book. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh yeah, so Remender wrote this. So Remender is the first name that I remember, like, I'm new to comics, I'm coming back into the game, and he's writing Venom, so I always remember him for that. And then I went back and got Uncanny X-Force, and like I said, it's one of my favorite stories. So what do we got here? Low. Got some naked chick. This has a very pastel-looking art style to it as well, but I don't know if that goes on through the whole book. So here's some Low. Low Down and Dirty. Millennia ago, mankind fled Earth's surface into the bottomless depths of the darkest oceans. Shielded from a merciless sun-scorching radiation, the human race tried to starve off certain extinction by sending robotic probes far into the galaxy to search for new home among the stars. All right, so it's post-apocalyptic, into the future, trying to survive, shit like that. All right, so that's all that I have for today's haul. Like I said, Batman and Robin Omnibus. We're going to have to do that for next week's video. Most of the big books come out in the beginning of the month. Typically, Marvel's big omnibus do. So, I don't know. As the month goes on, I don't think you see as big of hauls. But I do have some good stuff coming in, like the Darkness hardcover compendiums. And I don't know. I don't know what else is coming out, but make sure to stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot of statue reviews come in. I'm waiting on some pieces to come in. So we're going to do some statue reviews. I got a couple of nice CGC books coming in that I'll do some CGC videos like I did with that AF-15. And we'll keep mixing it up, man. But, thanks for checking me out. Catch y'all later.